Hi, I'm Vicki Westling with City Speaks, and City Speaks is for the residents for the city of Dunkirk. It's a vision of Mayor Rosas to bring to you all the information that's going on in our city. And today we have with us our Recreation Coordinator, Ryan Hall, and our Deputy Director of Planning and Development, E.J. Hayes. We're going to talk a little bit about what's going on with the Recreation Department because this is our winter season is beginning. We finished summer and fall. And tell me a little bit, the rec center is being refurbished. We're doing some work there. Tell me what's going on.
Yeah, the summer months are usually our busiest months, but we had a couple new programs last year for the winter months. So we're getting all prepping up for our winter programs. The rec center will be starting up next week. We're looking at December 5th. We're going to have our AM walk starting next Wednesday, and then followed by our play days. Those are our first two programs at the rec center starting up. And then the week of December 10th, we'll have our soccer leagues going, open floor hockey, and then our baseball practices, softball practices will be starting up.
So some of the refurbishing that's going on, we're doing what, painting, ceiling tiles?
Yeah, so we've had... For the people who haven't been in the rec center, there's been some unique color schemes in there, and I can't even tell you when we've painted in that facility. So it's been long overdue. So we're adding some City of Dunkirk colors, maroon and white, in there. Painted every single wall in that building. We're 75% done with the painting, and then also in our lobby area, we are putting new ceiling tiles in.
So just some basic refurbishing. Now, some of the youth programs that we have throughout the winter season, so we have soccer, we have badminton, basketball, movie night. Tell me, movie night was a big hit last year. Last year, was that the first year that we did movie night?
Correct, yeah. So that was the first year. We held movie nights one Saturday per month throughout the rec center season. Some of the movies that we chose were popular new releases, Disney movies, and It was a big hit. That was our first year doing it. We plan on doing it again this year. Like I said, we did it one Saturday a month.
So now, when you start, will you do that in December, or do you wait and start those in January?
We're going to wait until we start in January. And like any program we do, the word will be out through the schools, and also in the paper and our Access and City of Dunkirk Facebook page as well.
So there will be information out, so we will get that. And the schools have been very supportive.
Correct.
One of the things that we're doing with the schools, we're using their gym for various things. Tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah, they've been huge for letting us use their facilities. They have state-of-the-art facilities there, so it's nice that a lot of our residents can use them. So some of the activities. Adult side of it, we have our men's basketball, which is part of one of our winter programs, and that will start up in February and it'll last usually the first week of May.
And that's played at the
Dunkirk Middle School.
Okay.
And it's three to four nights a week we play there. And I know last year, the past 2 years, we've gotten 8 to 9 teams in there, and all those players are made up of Dunkirk residents, so they either go back on the court and show off some of their skills that they still have, but it's a good time.
So when you say adult, what is the age for these adults? They're no longer students, or
no longer students. So all our rec programs, we require the minimum age of being 18.
For adult programs.
For adult programs, correct. And then they can go all the way up until
101.
101. So that is one of our programs that we participate on high school or school facility. Another one to continue with the adult side is our flag football league that just ended a couple of weeks ago, and it was probably one of the best seasons that we've had. Weather-wise, we started in August, so we experienced 80 degrees. Then we went, into October with rain, and then we had that snowstorm during our playoffs. And, a couple of our players in our league brought shovels. We shoveled the sidelines, and all the guys had a great time playing.
And now you actually had a Super Bowl event for this.
Correct.
Who
yes.
was the winning team?
The winning team, Good Guys. So they're actually one of the younger teams. So, but they beat Super Duper, which they were 3 consecutive champions. So it was a minor upset, and it's a lot of these. It's just it's something to do. But a lot of these guys, and they can attest to this. They take pride in these rec leagues. So there's a lot of trash talking after the game. But
how does someone decide if they want to participate in one of these adult recreational programs?
They can give our rec office a call, or they can check our city website. We have a lot of our
and the city website is dunkirktoday.com, correct?
Correct.
And your office number is?
2 office numbers, 366-9885 or 366-9886.
Okay, so 366-9885 or 366-9886 or the dunkirktoday.com for the website. Also, I believe stuff goes up on our Facebook page.
Correct, yes.
So we have that information as well. Now, tell me a little bit about the youth. What kinds of things? Do we have youth basketball?
Yes, so we started, I believe this is going to be our year 3 of youth basketball, and again, to go with the school letting us use their facilities. Our youth basketball league, which will be starting up in January, the school allows us to use their Dunkirk Middle School gym, and we've actually had a great turnout for that program. 2 years ago, I believe we had up to 70, 80 kids. This year, it was right around 50, 60, but those were strictly all Dunkirk kids.
So do we let others come in who are not Dunkirk residents or Dunkirk kids?
Yeah, our first year we did. Last year, there's a couple of restrictions, but I think we'll be working on that to allow all the other communities to participate, because we are the one and only youth basketball league, around for with all the surrounding communities. So, and it's the grades are 3rd grade, 4th grade, 5th grade, and 6th grade. So that is kind of huge, because we don't. There's no modified team. There's no teams for that age group. The only 2 sports are baseball and football for the age group. So there's no basketball teams whatsoever.
So this is just one more piece of the puzzle that the mayor is putting together when he talks about Dunkirk becoming a destination. We're not just a destination for economic development and what's going on in your area, EJ, but certainly for our tours, for our lakefront, for all the things that happen during the summer, but our recreational activities for our kids, which is really important, because we have every year, the mayor does If I Were Mayor contest, and we get all of this information back from our school students. And every time, I must have 90% of them will say there needs to be more things for us to do in the wintertime. So this is great that you're doing that.
Oh, yeah.
So then we have the youth, we have the adult. What do we have for that middle group, those teenage kids?
We have our soccer program. We have our open high school division. I'm assuming that's what you're talking about. But our high school division, we have open soccer Tuesdays and Thursday nights right at the rec center.
So that's indoor soccer.
Indoor soccer, and we also have our activity nights. So every Saturday at the rec center we have a certain activity, whether it be movie night or activity night. This year we're going to change it up. We might have a select activity, such as badminton night or a dodgeball night or a soccer night. And we have high school division, and then we have a middle school division and an elementary school
So
division.
we're really going to try to make it a broad, everybody, right across the whole spectrum,
correct.
broad spectrum. So now, the other thing that we do, you have for the youth indoor soccer, we have all those things that are going on. We have their basketball leagues, the Saturday night, the flag football, the movie night. We also have something that's really important coming on, and I'm going to bring EJ in here now to tell me about this. We have for, as long as I can remember being here, we've talked about what do we do in the winter, what do we do in the winter. And you're working on a Winterfest for the city of Dunkirk. Tell me what's happening.
Sure. Well, it's an important piece, to try to have things that are available all year round. I know, the summer and spring we've got that lockdown. There's a lot going on, but in the winter, everybody's at home. They're cooped up. They're kind of, just getting their, just trying to find something to do. So what we were looking to try to do is have an event in the winter that kind of mirrors or piggybacks off some of the things that go on throughout the county. Like Mayville does their Winterfest. I think that's the weekend of Valentine's Day. So we wanted to try to do something, not to compete with them, but to try to enhance that and also bring some people down our way. So we're looking to do a smaller Winterfest, winter event. We're looking at February 2nd, Saturday, February 2nd, as our target date to do that, which is also Groundhog Day, and Super Bowl weekend. So a lot going on that weekend. We thought we could build off of that. We originally had the idea of trying to do a pond hockey tournament. That was kind of kicked around, but concerns about where we would play, where we could make sure that the ice was okay. A lot of those pond hockey tournaments are either done way up north where you're going to have the ice, or like at Riverworks, they have mechanical ice rinks. So it's a little more controlled. Here, it's questionable, and worst case scenario, we have a 60-degree day, the weather, there's no ice, and what do we do? So we kind of evolved it into, we're looking at doing a street hockey component. We're looking to do a wiffle ball piece, a volleyball piece. So I've seen some other Winterfest tournaments where they do these things, and it's kind of fun because you're out in the snow. And if there is snow, if there's no snow, if it's all mud, at least it's fun. It's something different than your normal sporting activity. But what we like to do is package this all together. We also have a piece, we're working on a ice fishing piece down in the harbor. So we're looking to do this down at the harbor front in Memorial Park to do some of the sporting activities there, and then do the ice fishing piece right in the harbor. So we're coordinating that now with some of our people on our team, and hope to have that all together. So if that all comes together, February 2nd would be when we're looking to do that, and then with the alternate date of February 9th. So as we put that together, we'll have more to come, and we hope to have that finalized and out to the public probably in the next 2 to 3 weeks, I would think.
So now, this will be a big event. It's a major event. It's one that we've never done before. So we're going to try to draw people into this area. And it's going to be basically located at Memorial Park?
Memorial Park and the pier and the harbor front area. We're also looking at some of the businesses down there to try to get them involved with some other pieces too. So it's a work in progress to try to pull those people in, but if it all comes together the way we hope, it should be a fun little event. What we're looking to do is build this year and continue to grow this so we can make this an annual event and bigger each year. So we'll start small, have some fun, and it'll have components for everybody, the fishermen, the youth, the teens, and then some other activities for people. We're looking at doing some snow or ice sculpting, depending on what kind of snow we have for kids, and then try to package maybe an indoor piece. Maybe we're looking at working with a Clarion to do something where people can come in, get out of the cold, have some hot chocolate. Maybe we kicked around doing chili cook-off, because I know a lot of families are making chili and everything for Super Bowl Sunday, so maybe we can get them to come down and let us sample what they do for their families. So these are some pieces that we're working on, and if it all comes together, it's going to be a pretty fun event.
Well, I know that the success that the development department has had in the past with these sorts of things, so I fully expect this to be a success as well. Now, will there be a charge for people to participate at the Winterfest?
We don't plan on having any charge whatsoever for all of the activities that the Recreation Department and the Development Department have. I believe there'll be some kind of entry fee for the ice fishing piece because there'll be some prize money and things for that. So the fishing component probably will have a charge, and there'll be a registration form. We'll have that available when it's all set on the website as well as Facebook, and then in my department and Ryan's department. But that should be the only piece that'll have any kind of charge.
And of course, when we talk about ice fishing, I know that Mike Propiglia is going to be involved in that, and he is a great sportsman, a great ice fisherman. This is one of the things that every year we hear about Mike's escapades on the ice and all of his fish. So that's great. So he'll be. So this has really become a collective and collaborative effort with all of you. And so now, how will that? As we plan to go forward with this, we'll make sure we get all the information out, all the pieces together. We've got February 2nd as right now our target date. If they should have to move due to weather, it would be the following week. Is that where you're?
More or less, yeah. I mean, we're more just targeting the 2nd, but when we pull all the pieces together, if for some reason we have to push the event to the following week, we want to have that established ahead of time and go with that date. So.
Okay.
But again, we're shooting for Super Bowl Sunday because we think that seems to be the best fit.
Super Bowl Saturday.
Saturday, sorry.
Saturday.
Super Bowl weekend, I should say.
Okay. That's great. And the chili cook-off sounds wonderful.
Okay.
That sounds
Are you in? You're
in.
Okay.
Absolutely. Well, I'll be the tester.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I want to do that too.
I won't make it, but I'll be happy to check it out. So those things are exciting. So we have in our recreation department, we have a lot going on this winter. That's going to carry over. Now, our summer season, would you consider that to have been very successful? I know we had a lot of softball leagues.
Yeah.
We had, every year we have the tournaments where people come in, they bring pitchers in from all over the country and from Canada.
Yeah. Well, our first event that we had was actually the first ever event that's ever been in the city of Dunkirk was our junior home run derby competition, and that was really cool. We had a 12U division and a 14U division, and it was kids from wherever they came here, and it was right at our stadium, Pomoshenko Stadium, and we had our competition for home run derby, and then the winner advances to a regional event, and I believe that was in New Jersey, and if they win there, they get a free trip to the MLB All-Star game that was in Washington, D.C. So that was really cool. It was a new event. I know all our participants had a lot of fun doing it, and we're definitely going to do it again this year. And it was just nice day. We had hot dogs and
so now, what time of the year do we do that? When do we do that?
We held that the Memorial Day weekend.
Okay.
So we're looking to do that around that time again. We'll play by ear, with the weather, but that's our target date.
So and then and I know that the mayor threw out the first pitch.
Correct. Yes.
Right?
Threw a strike too. So
yeah,
that's correct.
Right? Well, he did. He
threw a strike. Oh yes, yeah.
Good for him.
Yeah.
Right. And so now, what else went on that was big?
So our next thing, that was a youth event, and then we went into our adult rec leagues. We had our co-ed league, slow pitch, which started the first week in June, and then our men's fast pitch, which started the same week, first week in June. And then we went into a couple of our slow pitch and then fast pitch tournaments. We had those tournaments. Two or three of those tournaments are charity tournaments. Those are all the slow pitch tournaments, but our fast pitch tournament that was put on by the Dunkirk First Word Falcons Club, that's a staple of softball in Dunkirk. They have it. Can't remember how many years they've had it, but they've had it for a while. So that's another tournament, and all these events are happening throughout our three fields at the Cooks Field, the stadium, and then School 7 Field. And then we had, to finish it off, we had our fall ball league, which I started up a couple years ago, and that's a men's all men's slow pitch league, and that runs from August to October. And then of course, those are all our rec events. Our one of our staples in our youth and rec department is Camp Gross, and that was a huge success.
How
this
many
year.
kids did we have at Camp Gross this year?
Oh, around 300.
And now the first week is just for students who are enrolled in the Dunkirk school system. Is that correct?
No. So what we do? The first week the sign-ups is for the
Registration. Yeah.
yes, are for the students that are enrolled in Dunkirk, and then we open up to the surrounding communities. But this year we actually had a waiting list for the kids. They really wanted to sign up. So this is something I changed a couple years ago for that. For registrations, you're only allowed to sign up for 2 weeks. That's the max. Years past, we had kids going every week, and nothing wrong with that. I mean, it shows that kids are loving the camp. But I wanted to open up for other kids who want to experience the camp as well. So we, we're getting a lot of more kids, being able to go there.
So by having that limited to 2 weeks for each child, maximum for one child,
Correct.
we could have more children throughout the summer season.
Correct.
at the camp.
Yes.
Now, Camp Gross is a big thing, and it's been going on for many years.
Yeah.
We have a lot of longtime benefactors who help us with Camp Gross. And how many rec attendants do we have at Camp Gross?
For Camp Gross, we had 16.
16 rec attendants, and then we
yes.
have to have the EMT person.
EMT is there, and then our head counselor, which Key Nance, she did an awesome job. She's our head counselor, and then we had a full-time EMT. We had an assistant counselor, Jessica Gifford. She did an awesome job as well, and all our counselors did a great job.
And so some of your counselors actually used to be attendant as a camper.
Correct.
Yeah.
We have one of these programs that are junior counselors. So the age group of between 12 and 15, they're able to come free of charge, and it's kind of internship to become a camp counselor. So that's one of our programs. So like you said, a lot of these kids, they can't get enough of the camp, so they want to go from the age of 5 all the way up until 20, 21. So
When does the camp open?
so it's the week after 4th of July,
Okay.
that Monday after 4th of July, and it's a 5-week program, and so it'll go up first, second week in August.
So that's really a big time. So your summertime is really active.
Yes.
You have to have a lot of support for this.
Oh yes.
So those things are, and now it looks like that your winter months are going to be equally as active with all of these things going on. And now certainly EJ, with you involved with the Winterfest, and I'm sure this is only the beginning.
Well, and just to jump back onto the summer camp with Camp Gross too, I know the nice thing about camp is it's affordable to everybody. We have scholarships. Not only are there some families and local community organizations that will sponsor kids to go to camp, but we also receive grant funding through the Chautauqua County Youth Bureau to do usually about 40 scholarships for the students, for the campers. So just like to thank the county for their role with that, and all those people that support us financially so those kids can go. But back on with these events, I mean, these events, I mean, Ryan isn't, I see him, I'm behind the scenes with him, all the work that he does, the field preparation. I mean, these tournaments, you've got games going on back to back to back, ending at night, starting early in the morning, and he's out there getting the fields prepped and things. And I mean, it's a small staff, it's not like it was in the 80s and 90s. Ryan's doing a lot out there, and it's usually a one-man or 1.5 man show. So I give him a lot of credit for that. But one thing the mayor also, has talked to us about, and we work very hard to be a team. It's not the recreation department, the development department, the special events. We all work together, especially for these things like the home run derby contest. We all work together to pull that together. We did a great Jam Fest. We shut down Central Avenue 2 seasons ago. We had 75 kids do that event. It was a great event. It was all a team effort. Also, the Halloween events, the mayor's City Hall event. Those are all things that we work together. So, I enjoy being a part of the team with him. He's doing a great job, and I just want to make sure he gets, recognized for all those behind-the-scene things that you do. It's not easy to do all that stuff.
And that's true. I mean, I've seen Ryan out there when, dusk, raking the fields and doing the work. So yeah, good job.
Thank you.
All right, it's where it's supposed to be. So back to Camp Gross for a little bit. You mentioned the scholarships. What is the criteria that one must meet in order to qualify for a scholarship to Camp Gross?
Well, I mean, there used to be a little bit more hoop jumping you had to do. So what they try to do is streamline it and simply make it that if you have a benefit card, if you just prove that you have benefits, that is an eligibility piece for the scholarship.
So the scholarships are really based on economic need and economic necessity for the kids, which is wonderful, because the more that we can give back to our kids and can get them to grow up into this environment, the better adults they're going to be and the better leaders for our community. So that's great that
Absolutely.
we have that. So we did 40 of those last year?
Well, 40 of those were strictly designated through the county's funding. And then there was some more that we did through some families that gave money and some local organizations as well. So I want to say there was probably about 50 scholarships in total. And I mean, the camp is already very affordable. I think it's $40 a week for
Correct.
city residents, and I don't think that fee has gone up in several seasons. So we've been able to do that with the help of grants and scholarships and the cities.
And there's transportation for the campers, the buses.
Correct.
They can go to the bus and get
Yeah, we have-
delivered and bring back and
Correct.
all of those kinds of things. So that's wonderful. Now, for the total overall for the rec center for the winter, do you think we're set? We're ready to go? We're going to be starting there?
Yeah, our plan is we're going to be starting up next week. I know like I said earlier, our two programs are starting up next Wednesday, which I believe December 5th. So that's our plan, and it looks like we're gonna succeed with that. So
Okay, and then we're hoping that we get the Winterfest all tied together, and the rec center is going to close in
the end of April.
end of April.
Correct.
End of
yes.
April. All right. Well, thank you so much for being here. We really appreciate it. And anyone who wants to participate in any of the programs, they need to call the Recreation Center 366.
9885. My coworker Patty Perslewski, she'll be gladly to help you out with that, or my number 366-9886.
Okay, very good. Well, there again, City Speaks is here for you, the residents. Hopefully this has been informative. We're looking forward to the Winterfest. The chili cook-off, don't forget, I'm a taster in line. All right, so thank you. Thank you for watching City Speaks.